So this is episode 2, and you can see that now we're making things a little bit more complex in that our denominators are not the same. And we know that they have to be the same in order to add these fractions together. So what do? Well, we find what's called the least common denominator. The least common denominator is the number in the denominator position that both 3 and 6 will go into evenly. Or it is the number that is divisible by both 3 and 6 evenly. So you can see that for our first equation, it's pretty simple. That 6 is our least common denominator because 6 divided by 6 is 1, and 6 divided by 3 is 2. It's a whole number both times. Now, because 6 is our least common denominator and this fraction already has 6 in the denominator area, we don't have to do anything to that fraction. We do, however, have to do something to this fraction because we have to make that 3 that's in the denominator a 6. How do we do that? Well, we have our fraction, 2/3, and we need for it to be something sixths. So we're going to multiply it by something. 3 times 2 equals 6. So we're going to multiply the top part of the fraction by 2 as well, and we get 4/6. So 2/3 and 4/6 are the same. We have our 4/6 plus now our 1/6, which is the fraction we didn't have to do anything to. We have 6 in our denominator. 4 plus 1 for 5/6. Cool. All right, now we have 1/2 and 1/5. So we have to find a least common denominator for these. And the least common denominator is 10. But you can see that neither the 2 nor the 5 is a 10, so we're going to have to do something to both of these fractions. Start with the 1/2. Going to have to multiply it by something so that we have 10 in the denominator. I have my 1/5. I'm going to have to multiply it by something so that I have 10 in the denominator. So 2 times 5 equals 10. So I'm also going to put 5 in the numerator section. 1 times 5 is 5. 5 times what equals 10? So I'm going to multiply the numerator by 2 as well, and I have 2/10. So now I have my 5/10 and my 2/10, and I'm going to add them together. And I get 7/10. So now my least common denominator for the next one, what's that going to be? 8. Don't have to do anything here because it's already got 8 in the denominator. I am going to have to do something to this one, however. Multiply 4 times 2 to get 8. So I'm going to also multiply the 1 times 2. I'm going to add that to my 1/8 that I had, that I didn't have to change at all. and I get 3/8. Okay, what about the 1/3 and 3/5? My least common denominator, 15. Three times what equals 15? 3 times 5. So my top number has to be 5 as well. So I have 5/15. 5 times 3 is 15. 3 times 3 is 9. So I have 14/15. Okay, now let's look at this last one here. What do you think about that? What's the least common denominator going to be? Some of you might have said that it might be 150 because 10 times 15 would be 150. Some of you might have said that it might be 30 because 2 times 15 is 30 and 3 times 10 is 30. Some of you might have said, oh, wait a minute, 5. 5 is the least common denominator. Now, how could that be so? Well, I'll show you how that can be so. Remember I talked about how do we simplify fractions? Well, when we have 2/10, is there a number that both the numerator and denominator are divisible by? You betcha. They're both divisible by 2. We have 6/15. Is there a number that both of these are divisible by? You betcha. What is that number? 3. And so now look. Just by simplifying those fractions, I have now an equation where the denominators are the same. They're both 5. So that's really simple, isn't it? And so what's my answer? 3/5. That worked out pretty well, didn't it?